Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Admittedly, it's been a while since I played the first one, but that's only because the game that I was doing in the middle of it ended up being a lot longer than I expected. Regardless, we got through that one, and now we can actually get onto the sequel to Pillars of Eternity. Which is going to be pirates. I can say that much now. So, I did play this game once before, long in the past, on my own. And I'm going to get something out of that which I'm going to take advantage of. Unfortunately, the information from my previous game does get pulled over into this. At least for reactions and the like. It's not exactly perfect. Anyway, we may as well go ahead and get started. Real time with pause I have a little bit of a preference to, just because it means the combat will be going a lot faster, which means we'll actually be able to get through this game in a reasonable amount of time. Aside from that, I'll go with Classic for standard difficulty and the like. While the others would be nice, we'll be fine with Classic. I'm not doing Trial of Honor, Iron, or Expert mode. Level scaling, I guess, none? Okay, yeah, none. And Bearless Blessings is something I have simply because I have played it before. Apparently, these blessings are boosts and benefits that you can get. You get points for these blessings by completing various achievements and the like through the game. And I've gotten a fair bit. And I think I'm going to actually make use of it, so... well, a little bit of it. Some of them are very powerful, some of them are just kinda eh. One that I'm obviously going to take is this one here, because it means Adair is able to have a pet. Why not? Adair loves animals, so it only makes sense. Aside from that, 3 unique and veteran sailors is something that might not be too special, but it's something that'll be an option. A vendor with magic and unique items, that's something I can take as well. That's perfectly fine. Anything else I want to give or boost? Because I can, I'm going to go ahead and boost my attributes. Begin the game with inherent bonuses to Might, Con, Dex, and Intellect, Perception, and Resolve. I know it's making me a little more powerful, but it'll be nice to be able to have that boost and benefit, I think. Let's see. Anything else I can give myself that won't be too overpowered? I mean, your class grants double their normal skill bonuses. It basically means a +2 instead of +1. I guess I can take that one. And is there anything else I want that'll be very nice? Crafting and enhancing cost reduced. More and rarer items. Beginning the game with fine quality weapons and armor, that is a small benefit, and while I could go with a full 50k more... So, one thing I am aware of is you start the game, you've basically lost almost everything, which really does kind of suck, and doesn't make much sense considering you were the steward of Cadnua, and I had so much freaking money at the end of it. So, ending up starting with absolutely nothing, even if it does make sense from a storyline perspective, it doesn't... It's like, you had all this money and now you lost everything, what the hell? So, having at least some of that, basically saying, okay, I had some of this change in my pocket still, that's also nice, but do I want to go with just a small boost to 5,000, or do I want to go with full 50,000? And I'm not going to start the game at level 4. I'm not going to go that far to be overpowered. Just begin the game with World Map Explorer, that doesn't make sense. Upgrade, Ship Captain, Infamous Captain, doesn't make sense. I don't know what pockets are filled with more and rarer items means. And and I don't know about Discount Craftsman. Reducing, costs of things. Oh, it's just the currency costs. I mean, I could start with 55,000 if I really wanted. You know what? I'm just gonna give myself a small boost. I had some change in my pocket after whatever happened, so we'll just start with 5,000 extra, and the rest of the points, they'll just be discarded, so don't worry about that. Am I having a little boost? Yes. But that's fine. Okay. And start game. Let us begin. Obsidian Entertainment presents Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire.
Eora. A world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Dyrwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of Hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a Watcher. One who can see and speak with souls.
Convenient.
The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity.
Less convenient.
To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Huzzah! How very nice. Everything seems absolutely perfect and peaceful, and what could possibly go wrong? Well...
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse?
Hi,
Must have
Adair.
told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us. I used to dream that when my god came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
Well, that doesn't look very good, now does it?
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death.
Spooky.
Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Alright. Give me 1 second. Okay, back to this. I just needed to fix Discord. Okay.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
So I guess these are memories or
Watcher
something?
sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
Clearly, if the giant statue in the endless paths of Adenua woke
a
up.
god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
It is an interesting thing to theorize what a
The
god
gods
actually
aren't
is.
real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Something we did learn.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
And yet, now we understand and know, I believe.
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
Well, I guess this is where we were
Wheel
going.
has turned again, Watcher. Come.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
So I am to go this way then.
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
Alright then. I guess we go this way. Those are tombstones. Hello.
Sit. Please.
As you wish.
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman
The
seated.
gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Examine the cards to choose your legacy. Which is where I'm able to import my save from the previous game, so allow me to do that.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes, it does.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction. The gods offered you boons in exchange for resolving the Hollowborn crisis. What did you do with the souls?
We returned the souls to their intended bodies, restoring the souls to the Hollowborn, as Hylia requested.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
I spoke with other gods in the Hall of Stars and pledged myself to them.
You did.
She places a card on the table, showing a tall tower with the gods' constellations arrayed around it in the sky. She places a card in the middle of the arrangement. A bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Eothas. Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are. Though Eothas stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
So am I dead?
No. But neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a hollowborn. That is, until I return you.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Audra.
Well, I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people around it.
I know. It is my business to know. 322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands.
Yeesh.
Their souls remain in Eothas still. You have the power to save them. Serve me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
I could say I'll take the wheel and that would just end the game entirely, but no. Let's get on with it.
Good. Before you return to Eora as my herald, you must remember who you were. The last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
And for some reason, it can't salvage my character from the previous game. I believe because there were some alternations or the like. So, we're gonna go ahead and get that set up here. Fortunately, I already went through some of these, so let's get these written down. We have that, we have human, we have meadowfolk. We're going with single class. We are definitely a fighter. No subclass. While devoted is tempting because I tend to only use one weapon and it gives bonuses to that weapon. I just can't really use any other. No, we're gonna go with no subclass. I'll take knockdown. Then it was, let's see, the stats were 13, 12, 12. Oh no, it was 14, 13, 12, 12, 11, 15. That was, I believe, the setup I had, and I'll be getting a boost once I actually get through, which will be nice. Where am I from? I am from Adir. That was what it was, and I am a colonist. And the weapons I'm taking are the regular half sword, which I believe is just a regular sword. So that's dagger, battle axe, club, flail, hatchet, mace, rapier, saber, spear, stiletto. Yep. One regular sword and a large shield. Because sword and board, it's how I go. Eventually, if I get an option, I'll take a bow as well, so that I can have it as an option, but that'll be in the future. The thing I had here was... where was it? That one. Colors. Primary was black, secondary was a deep red. Basic skin. Hair was meant to be red. Supposed to be a bright red, but unfortunately I can't really do a bright red, which sucks. I'll take blue eyes. Face, one will do. Hair is... I think that's the only ponytail that there was. Voice was
Let's go.
feisty. And pose, I decided to go with roguish. And that was it there. And the name is Laniara. And that is what I shall be. Alright. I think that works. Let's begin.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you. To open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
Okay.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby. The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Very well then. I suppose we leave. We go this way to something. No longer a grave, now just wooden boards. This is indeed quite spooky. I see all the souls back there. And that must be me. And Adair. At least I assume that's Adair. Goosebumps rise on Adair's arms at your approach, but he seems unaware of your presence. You sense the steward's spirit in the bust, but she is unaware of you. Well, I'm sure they will be momentarily. Hello.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake?
Oh, I'm not dead yet, that's what.
How are you feeling?
I can say, who are you? I'm not gonna be that bitchy. Well, I'm alive.
Alive's a big improvement.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
At least you're still around.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire Archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
Well,
He
not...
pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Well, not quite. Oh.
Misfortunes brewing topside, we... Migrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
So I'm the captain now. When did I get a ship?
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
Okay then. And it's right there. Well, tell you what. I am gonna end this episode here, because it seems about the point, and next episode we are going to arm ourselves up, look at what we got, and get started with the game proper. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, and I shall see you all next time.